let's. All right, so where were we? Day 12, Tuesday. About to end the day, I guess. That's cool. All right, so I have some notes here. I have some notes regarding a probably St. Quentin's elixir. It says Q, so that's probably St. Quentin's elixir. So I think I know what these plants are. I just don't have the last example of the plant, so I can't actually do anything with it. So I guess that's not happening. Hello, kitty. Good kitty. We've got some letters down here. Have I read these? Presumably these are letters I'm supposed to do something with. Oh, this is talking about the Woken Dendru. Right, because we got to go do a ritual or something, or maybe somebody did a ritual or something, and now there's a Woken Dendru, and that's terrible. That's the servant, is the Woken Dendru. And then we also have some information about fatal fungi and their antidotes. And also there was something about taking 5 different plants. This was it. 5 different plants to the oak in order to this is the ritual that severs the servant from the mortal coil or something. Does something related to the servant. And then I don't remember why I have this. I don't remember how I have this. I don't think I ever figured out why I have it, but I don't think I know how I have it either. So cool. That sounds great. I also have a note regarding visiting a place, which is maybe one of these, related to one of these notes. I have to visit the Dudon River, something on the Dudon River. Probably not from, maybe from one of these. Does this say anything about the Dudon River? I don't know what was said about the Dudon River, but something was said. I have to visit the tributary of the Dudon River. So I guess I'll try that and see what happens. I think that's here, right? I tried up here and there wasn't anything, so we should try here, since I have some time to burn. Hey, I found a plant. Heck yeah. I've never seen this plant before, and here it is growing in abundance. Sweet. They got abundances full of plants. I need to make sure that I know which plant we're creating. Ah, I've already done it. Oh, okay. Well then, this note is stupid. Get out of here, note. Catch me trying to follow up on my notes like that. I don't suppose there's anything to be done here. Right? Like, do I need specific... Is there hidden information in any of these letters? Should probably be, like, in the habit of doing this early on, right? Like, when I get a letter. But okay, whatever. I guess that means it's time to go on to the next day, probably. Endmore Raven Spider. Excuse me? ERS? That's not directions. Equipped with the Arda's knowledge, she journeyed west to the Stone Circle. Unknown to her, she was not alone as she made her preparations. Yo, what's up, Shadowed Mage? Have a good lurk. I feel like we have been at full moon for some time now. I guess this is like very gibbous. This feels pretty full. Is that more full? Is that more circular? It's hard to tell. Anyway, our mystery woman here, probably the woman in the jade mask, if I am remembering things correctly. Killed the old Arda? What did she do? Yes, killed the Arda and took her knowledge. Like in Highlander. And then presumably used it to summon the servant. which is terrible news for everybody involved. All right, what is your deal? Endmore Raven Spider. Hang on. Are there ravens and spiders on this bad boy? There is raven. And there is spider. All right. I think I might know where we're going here. All right. Let's go somewhere then. Where is Endmore? Have I been to Endmore? Oh, I definitely... Oh, there it is. Endmore. Raven. So from Raven, go to Spider. Nailed it. Shouldn't I, like, shift click on it to send it control click? Shift right click? Oh, God. Alt click? Middle click? Middle click. Middle click was it. I figured it out. A jackdaw croaks, hidden somewhere nearby. Strange shapes of old stones pierce the long grass. Among them, some plants grow. Heck yeah. Get them plants. Ooh. These are interesting looking plants. Though the baubles look soft, they are in fact quite hard. Right? The leaves are strong and leathery. I don't think this fits the description of any of the plants we've seen so far. Hey, Cryptomancer. Obvious plants. We have worked real hard to find some of these plants, all right? I don't know that anything is obvious about them. I'm definitely having fun with it. I am glad that other people are enjoying this game too. Oh no, my pumpkins are gone! I was relying on those pumpkins to separate stuff. Oh, heck. That's terrible news. Now instead, I'm going to need to do other things. Why was this red? I think it belonged to an elixir. Are these seed pods? What if these are seed pods? Is that the sleep snap? Sheep snap? Is that sheep snap? The sheep snap is thought to bring good fortune when prepared correctly. The green seed pods, of the sheep snap have a hard outer shell and sound hollow when tapped. To the south, they call this plant bulbs of Bayonne. This could be a sheep snap. So if this is the sheep snap, which sheep snap? We now have everything that's necessary for Saint Q's elixir. So I'm gonna give that a shot because I'm bold. Sheep snap. What else do I have here? Candlewood and Daisy Dock, which I think is this one, and I think is this one. Get creating. Heck yeah. Can't believe that worked. Okay, so these are confirmed to be those things. Good job. And it confirmed them in here. That's kind of surprising, actually. It auto-confirmed them. That's thrilling. And we need to make sure that this is known to be Saint Quentin's elixir. I can look at it? A murky green liquid that smells of spite. What does spite smell like? Dark red liquid. A pale blue liquid. Where did the thing go? Oh, here it is. Okay, never mind. This elixir will enable any drinker of it to overcome their sense of fear, though it should be considered beforehand that fear is not always a bad thing. Okay. St. Quentin's elixir overcomes fear. What do you think the other elixirs do? I sure do not remember. Made from a combination of Arbutum alacritus, Maculosis retinentia, and Mens fortis. Men's fortis? What about women's fortis? This powerful elixir is dangerous and extreme caution is advised. It is said to bring a person back from the brink of death, but at the expense of their soul. Okay. That's good enough an explanation. I think I understand. Man, I'm gonna miss those pumpkins. Alright, all this stuff is known good, yes? No question marks on any of them? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I definitely remember what I am doing, and also all of these plants. Those are definitely things that I remember. Great. Alright, well, I could visit someplace random, but I am concerned about my rising dread, so maybe we just ring the bell. Hello, Grace Enright. Have you heard of this masked woman? I have, in fact, heard of this masked woman. Imagine having that amount of power. Nations would kneel before you. You would be a god. That creature, it's huge, unstoppable. They say it obeys her every command. It would certainly come in helpful with my father-in-law tomorrow. Oh, I see. Ulterior motives. I guess I'll just have to settle for some Daisy Dock to help me get through it. What are you asking me for here? Like, I know which one is the Daisy Dock, but why do you want this? Simple potion that will grant courage. Okay. Ancient warriors would take it before going into battle. Well, you do seem like the kind of person who is going to be going into battle soon, so I hope this helps with your father-in-law. Now I can know about Dead Man's Fingers. Oh, this is a different mortis. This is Digitatus Mortis. Wait. That sounds familiar. Why does this sound familiar? Did one of these talk about Digitatus Mortis? Yes. It is said that the dead ground northeast of Tibet... Oh, that's right. We were going to explore Tibet and get Digitatus Mortis. The black Digitatus Mortis. And if we look over here, hang on. Dead Man's Fingers. There's no color here. They could have shaded it black, honestly. This book is so bad at being a book. This fungus is typically found in dense forests, protruding through the mulch. At a glance, it can appear as though a corpse is reaching up from the undergrowth. Said to strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. Alright, northeast of Tibet. There's really not that much more northeast of Tibet we can go. This one? Why did I come here? Because I was looking for the dead man's hands! It's easy. Easy question. Alright, whatever. David Oh, the mail is here. Hello, mailman. This letter was delivered in an unusual way. There was no address provided, just the Horticulturalist spelled wrong. I have to assume it was meant for you. Probably. Letters are usually meant for me. I'm important. If you know your plants, this letter is for you. Alright, what is the hidden information you have here? Here we go. Ho-ho! So you got it working. Oh yes, yes, it works, it works. Look to the north of Bowfell, at the source of the river Esk. Nobody knows it grows there. It will be our little secret. Ho ho. Who would dare ho ho at me? The north of Bowfell, at the source of the river Esk. Okay. We got rivers. This is the river Esk. North of Bowfell, at the source of the River Esk. Sure enough, I find a plant here that I have never seen before. Vile ho-hoer. New plant acquired. What do we think this is? Bell-like flowers and heart-shaped leaves. So I have some suspicions for other plants, right? We've got Palliance, probably. Urulum, probably. Urulum? Evulum? Maybe Evulum. Bishop's Parasol, probably. Storian, probably. Butterdale, probably. Trimblehuff, probably. Question marks? I guess I tagged this because it goes into an elixir. Right? I needed it to make one of these elixirs, probably the Balox elixir. I have no idea what plant this is, I just know it goes into it. Because I have pictures of plants that go into this elixir somewhere. This one? Balox? Yeah. Cool, yeah, still have no idea what plant it is. But it sure went in that elixir. So that's cool. So we're pretty sure we know what both of these are. Pretty sure whatever this is, it's not a dead man's fingers. Might it be a devil's nightcap? This might be a devil's nightcap. It's got the right plants. It doesn't have the right plants, actually. These are rounded. Colloquially known as a corpse's friend. Oh, that's relevant. First is the corpse's friend, a reminder. Has a light, pleasant scent not dissimilar to pine needles. Boiling the root in vinegar creates a tonic against fevers and poisons. I'm gonna burn this again, looking for more stuff northeast of Tibet. Nothing here. I have been lied to. The dead ground northeast of Tibet, where nothing but black Digitatus mortis grows. So it's got leaves like this, and we have no idea what the flowers might look like. These the right kind of leaves? Somewhat damp smell. That's not like pine needles at all. It's got kind of the right leaves. Maybe the thing that has the right leaves will be only 2 leaves instead of like a million leaves? The leaves feel smooth and soft underneath. The large stamen seems to be the source of that acerbic odor. Acerbic. What does acerbic mean? I often run into the word acerbic as a description of tone, rather than a description of odor. I think in my head I always took it to mean like stern. Acerbic. Sharp and forthright. Archaically, tasting sour or bitter. Okay. Acerbic is grating? Not according to the definition I just read. Alright, I don't think any of these are a devil's nightcap. We already think we know what Evulum is. Farmer's Worry. I don't think I have Farmer's Worry, but if I found it, I need it, because I need it to open a gate. Right? We don't think any of these are Farmer's Worry? Acerbic acid, like in vitamin C supplements that taste awful. That's clearly very forthright acid. Lesser Meridoc. Why would you say such things about Meridoc, alright? Meridoc was an important member of the Fellowship. I wouldn't call him lesser. The round flower head of the Meridoc is made up of smaller yellow florets. That doesn't look right. Strong smelling sap. And then also Lyle of Neptune, I think, is not a thing that we currently have access to either. Like, that description is pretty, unless that's this. Sparsely petaled pale flowers. No, not so much. This one, maybe? It says like this gourd on it. Probably not. We think we know what Palliance is. Spring wax cap also looks like a mushroom. An edible mushroom with some mild medicinal properties. This could be the glowy one. When dried and eaten, it can help relieve pain. It's not quite right, but this isn't always quite right. Storian, we think we know. Was Mary a doc? Don't correct me. I know what I'm about. And Widow's Woe is a thing that we might or might not have access to. That actually looks like this a lot. Partly due to its unpleasant scent. Dainty dark flowers grow out from a bed of long thin leaves. Somewhat damp smell. Dark red flowers. Yeah, this is probably Widow's Woe. Widow's Woe. Cool. I've maybe identified something. Who even knows? My husband likes to forage for mushrooms, but I'm worried about the ones he's brought back from his latest venture. Okay. He's just been on a trip across the lake, exploring the woods to the west of here. He's got a bag full of odd-looking mushrooms that he says are perfectly safe, but they don't look edible to me. I'd have brought one with me to help identify it, but he's hoarding them because he thinks I'm going to throw them out. I'll come back tomorrow. Mr. Dunn Mushrooms. Woods west of Undermere across the lake. Well, then. We'd better go check that out. Mushrooms! How have I never been here before? They're hard to find at first, but soon I'm seeing them everywhere. Oh, are these the farmer's worry? Have we finally found them? Have we finally worried ourselves into a farmer? Have we finally found the mushroom that I have been worrying about this whole time? Farmer's worry. Yeah, that kind of looks like a thing. The red caps have a spongy texture. Ooh, it does say spongy. What was the other thing? The wax cap. Doesn't say. We worried ourselves into the role of being a farmer. Something like that. I'm not exactly sure how this goes, I'll be honest with you. All right. We must immediately go visit the cave. So I can tell whether or not this is a farmer's worry. Because that cave needed farmer's worry to make me extra strong. Just put this back down. That'll be great. I think it was this cave down here, the White Scar Cave. Let's find out if these are the thing. Heck yeah! Collect book entry. Twilight Lepiota. Crepusculum. In the twilight where shadows grow, take leaf and root and eye of crow. A plant of gloom and despair and dark magic. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. The smell it gives off is quite foul. I see, I see. Well, this is now a thing that we know to be farmer's worry, so that's great news. And then there's 2 new plants to pick up. Y'all can hang out up here, I think. Alright, I figured your stuff out too. Now we can worry the farmers, finally! Finally, it's been so long, the farmers have gone without worry. Finally, we can give the farmers a worry that is appropriate. We just got a new description of a thing. And that thing was... here, Twilight Lepiota. The smell it gives off is quite foul. That's not quite right. Smells like sweet rhubarb. That's not quite foul. I don't think. Is sweet rhubarb quite foul? That seems unlikely. I think it's this. These are pretty flowers. A rather unpleasant scent. Does that match this kind of... I think it does. That's pretty close, right? Twilight Lepiota? Question mark? I think we have no flowers that smell like gazpacho. I think that's accurate. And that's also okay. It's flowers that smell like gazpacho aren't something I need in my life. Oh, we found more mushrooms. Heck yeah. Waxy reddish caps. Dark and imposing. Strange. My fingertips feel slightly numbed. Do we think any of these are, the Devil's Nightcap? No. Because that's apparently not a mushroom. One of these is probably the Spring Wax Cap. This seems like it is probably the Spring Wax Cap. Waxy reddish caps. Yeah, that checks out. Spring Wax Cap? Question mark? I think that's all the mushrooms. None of the rest of these are mushrooms, right? Yeah, alright. Well, what else you got for me? Simone! My librarian friend. Hello. Lord Fremont told me he was able to help you find some information on the servant. I've been looking all over the library, but all I've discovered is a mold problem. I hoped you might have some sweet breath that could help clear it up. We have a thing that I think is Palliance, right? Heck yeah! Happy to provide you with some sweet breath. Sour Bandy. This is an acerbis. Is the smell of it acerbic? The Sour Bandy can help with memory recovery, especially if the memory has been deliberately sabotaged. The name of this plant derives from the fact that, although edible, the large stamen is extremely bitter to the taste. Well, then. Probably a Sour Bandy. And our Palliance is now confirmed. Very cool, very cool. Good progress. I still want to find the dead man's fingers or whatever. This is northeast of Tibet. Oh, yeah, it's just immediately one north. I don't know why tooled around with all of the other spots that were not exactly the one northeast of Tibet. Alright. The wide area of blackened ground here is known to the locals as Dead Man's Field. Dark mushrooms protrude from the soil, like fingers reaching out from the grave. Have they laid this description on thick enough? Okay, this is... of the many somewhat phallic mushrooms we have found so far, this one takes the cake. It looks eerily like a ghostly hand. That's a sign of a naive mind. Ghostly hand. That's really not at all what it looks like. Thank you. Lorena Chapman. My cousin will be married in 3 days. If you've got some Trimblehuff, then it'd save me the trouble of going out to find some myself. If you knew my cousin, you'd know she's not worth the trouble. Which of these things do I think is Trimblehuff? This one? God, it's so satisfying to know that all of my guesses are right. It's so satisfying to know that I am infallible, and, in fact, the most intelligent man to have ever walked the earth. Now glowhorns. Oh, I think I know which one is the glowhorn. I think I've got this one covered. The glowhorn, or forest lantern, or pixie lamp, is phosphorescent, illuminating the trees that it grows under. Suspicious travelers avoid walking towards it, fearing that the faint lights will lure them to their demise. Alright, you're probably a glowhorn. Glowhorn? And we can put the Trimblehuff away, now that we know what a Trimblehuff looks like. Good work, everybody. Good work. Quality work. Should we go exploring? I want to explore some more caves. Maybe there's stuff in more caves, like Rydal Cave. That seems like a good cave to go exploring. A large, dark pool sits in the belly of the cavernous opening of Rydal Cave. I suppress a shudder at the thought of the monsters that could look beneath its serene surface. Turns out, Rydal Cave empty? That's, unfortunate. Okay. What's next on the list? 8 miles to the east. Oh, of Gosforth. We got a coin for Gosforth. The shepherd watched as she prepared the leaves and roots that she would require. He watched as the hours dragged by, the sun set, and she worked by candlelight, at times sitting still, at times moving like a dancer among the stones. The change happened suddenly, but also subtly, so that at first the watcher wasn't sure that anything had happened. Then he saw it. Alright, I think we may have finally figured out what that coin is for. Gosforth. Show me Gosforth. Gosforth, 8 miles to the east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Heck yeah, give me the plants. Gazing at the still water of the lake, its black waters draw me into a reflective trance. Here and there, flowers that I don't recognize grow along the bank. Gimme. Oh, this looks gross. The flowers are very delicate. The petals fall easily. And this is spiky, a bland-smelling flower. Neither of these are Devil's Nightcap. Neither of these are a fool of a toque. This could be the Lyle of Neptune. Sparsely petaled pale flowers. Not exactly, huh? Yeah, not exactly. Fairly confident about the sour bandy. Also, we are fairly confident about the spring wax cap. Twilight Lepiota and Widow's... I think we're fairly confident on everything in our list, which is kind of funny. Alright, what else you got? Well, he went and ate those bloody mushrooms. And of course, now he's sick. Is there anything we can do? He's in a bad way and I'm worried about him. Well, we found out that their farmer's worry. Often fatal. Oh! Maybe we shouldn't have just eaten the farmer's worry to open a gate? If they're often fatal, I can understand why the farmers are worried. Royal Gentia. Royal Gentia. We have that. Which one is the Royal Gentia? What does that look like? The pink flowers of the Royal Gentia. This one? Maiden's Sorrow. Royal Gentia! Found him! The Royal Gentia had not previously been identified? Crazy pants. Liverstone. Caution is advised when handling this plant due to the strong, paralyzing agents contained within. The liverstone is a mushroom with pointed caps. Is that this one? This one? Which of these is more likely to be a liverstone? That smells rotten. And this one seems to be paralyzing. Does that make it a liverstone? Seems likely. Liverstone? Cool. Into the archive with you. I said archive. Okay, fine. Be like that. The other letter disappeared. Did it have a check on it? Guess so. Everything in here has a check on it, right? This one doesn't have a check on it. Oh, yeah, because I didn't go to the place. No, this can stay in here. I don't care. Extremely irrelevant to me. Nobody's praising the Dendru. I ain't no cultist. Well, it's a good thing we found an antidote to whatever that random mushroom was. The Woken Dendru... It doesn't have a check mark. The Woken Dendru is loyal to the summoner, who becomes its master and can bend its terrible power to their will. This servant is assumed to be immortal since it has no known vulnerabilities, etc., etc. Site of ritual importance was created near Black Combe, to the south of the Watcher of the Great Oak. And the Dendru was ousted from this world. Okay, so we need to take 5 plants. Corpse's Friend, which is the Dead Man's Fingers? Or is there a plant actually called Corpse's Friend? I feel like there was a plant actually called Corpse's Friend. But we ran into it. Ankle Grabber. 3rd is the Fearbringer. 4th to lift a curse. Last, a petal to secure Black Blood's reverse. Was it the Digitatus Mortis? No, that's the Dead Man's Fingers. Which one was Corpse's Friend? It was something that was like also known as corpses. We saw it like 5 minutes ago. Why? Boy, it's a good thing there's this book here, but like, why can't I remember anything? Oh. Was it in a note instead of in the book? Was it Devil's Nightcap? Okay, I'll believe that. I just... Oh, yeah. Devil's Nightcap. Colloquially known as Corpse's Friend. Great. All right. Devil's Nightcap. 2, Ankle Grabber. 3, the Fearbringer. 4th, to lift a curse. And last, a petal to secure Black Blood's reverse. Okay. Black Blood's reverse. Is that the Royal Gentry again? It might be. Release the bind of Swift Snare. There was something... It wasn't the Historian, it was the other one. Highly poisonous. Insanity, then death. Right. As opposed to the other way around. What was the other really poisonous one? Vaguely remember we needing to give it to someone. Well, being offered the choice of whether or not to give it to someone. And I decided, no, actually, I would rather not kill people. Petal to secure Black Bludger. I feel like I should know what this is. Was it this one? Lady of Summer? Gilded Dendra. Oh, yeah. It was the Dendra. The Dendra was the one that I was thinking of that's the poison. And then there is a specific thing that is the, antidote to the Dendra. What was the specific thing that was the antidote to the Dendra? I'll just note Dendra antidote. I'll come back to it when I need to. 4th, to lift a curse. Is that the Witch's Fig? I think I have it too. I just don't remember what it is. Is Witch Fig the one that lifts curses? No. One of these is said to lift curses. Thought to strengthen relationships. Oh, that's why it's good for weddings. Sure. Fearbringer, Curse Lifter, and Ankle Grabber are the other 3 things. I think we gave someone a plant that was known to cause fear also. I guess I have a bunch of stuff to look at here. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons. So this doesn't... It's not the antidote, but wren was the thing that we used to determine whether or not something was Dendra. Wren question mark. Bound to secrecy, not what I'm looking for. Hey, Long Veracund, believed to lift curses. Long Veracund. Fearbringer, I'm pretty sure is a thing we have. And Ankle Grabber, I'm not sure I've seen yet. That doesn't sound familiar. The Binder. Harlequin Blue, maybe? That seems a little loose. I feel like they would say something else here rather than Fearbringer. Brightly colored thorns. Rejuvenate aching bones. Sick. Oh, here it is. Elderfinium. Okay. I knew I had it. So Ankle Grabber and Fearbringer are the things that we're missing. This is, gives courage. That's like anti-fear. It's probably not the thing it's looking for. Alright, it might be a thing we don't have yet. Likewise with the Ankle Grabber, might be a thing we don't have yet. Plenty of things left to find, though. Still some time in the game. Forest Vair. Oh no, he's been messed up. I have been to Black Comb. I have fought the servant and lived, but still my adversary stands. It must be defeated. For my part, I am ashamed to say that I am done. And my soul could use the tonic of St. Quentin's elixir if I am ever to recover from the horror that I have seen. Fortunately, I know how to do that. Prittle. Coveted by the rich, Pretty Prittle is crushed to make dyes. Is that this one? I think that's this one. It's a very rare plant that is hard to come by and requires great care to cultivate. I think this is the Pretty Prittle. It's got the right flowers. The mail's here. There was a hateful man who I used to see around town. Isidore Burbage, he was called. I had a rumor he got involved with a cult. They removed part of his brain. I don't know if that's true. Either way, he has seemed a changed man recently. Oh, I helped, maybe. Sometimes, you know, all you gotta do to change the world is give a rich man amnesia. I'm gonna go visit a place at random before we open this thing. Let's go visit the... I want to visit a cave. Show me a cave. Go up the Tarn Crag. Have I been up the Tarn Crag? Which river is this? The Winster. Oh, cool. It worked. Unless this was a thing I'd already found. My eyes are drawn to the silhouette of a grizzled old man standing at the edge of a field. His mind is broken, seemingly beyond repair. Vacant eyes fixate on nothing. A whisper of an expression as my gaze sweeps his face, but only a whisper. He raises his arm, points. I follow his outstretched finger and am surprised to find a cluster of wildflowers growing there, hidden from view. I've already explored here. Oh, okay. Well, too bad. Let's go find a new place to visit. Sadgill Chalice. Okay, I know how this works. Sadgill is up here somewhere. I just looked at it. Here we go. Sadgill. Chalice to here. The Chalice clue takes me directly south of Sadgill to a spot next to the river. Moss-covered rocks line the banks, velvet to the touch. In the moist conditions, a deadly-looking plant grows abundantly in the lush grass. Oh. We found a Venus flytrap. That kind of stands out, as far as plants go. Sharp thorns grow along the edges of the upper leaves. Neat! Neat plant! Super neat! Reuben Ward. Verona tells me you're working on gathering the plants for a ritual that will help us defeat this creature. I want to help in any way I can. From what Verona told me, I think this might be one of the plants needed to perform the ritual, but I'm afraid I do not know where it can be found. Swift Snare. Ah, the ankle grabber. The Binder, Ankle Grabber, and Never Let Go are several of the names given to this plant that may give some clue as to its properties. Once ensnared, it is impossible to extricate itself without help. Swift Snare has small heart-shaped leaves, like this one. Bell-like flowers and heart-shaped leaves. Okay. Swift Snare. Are you my Swift Snare? I should find the other things that I know are these things, like the Elderfinium, and give them blue, so they'll be easier to find later. And also the Devil's Nightcap, which I don't think we've identified yet. And the Long Veracund, which I think we have identified. I'm pretty sure. Do we think any of these are Devil's Nightcap? Do we think this is Devil's Nightcap? Why is Devil's Nightcap not a mushroom? Light, pleasant scent, not dissimilar to pine needles. I don't think it's any of these. It might be this one. Does rhubarb smell like pine needles? Feed me. We want to call this Audrey too. This has the right kind of leaves, kind of, maybe? I feel like none of these really have the right kind of leaves, except for maybe this one. I'm gonna Google, does rhubarb smell like pine needles? Apparently, that was a relatively common Google. Like, I put in, does rhubarb smell like, and it auto-completed pine needles for me. How many people play this game? I don't think rhubarb smells like pine needles. Maybe. Rhubarb smells green and fresh, sharp, almost like freshly cut grass. There's a sort of sour feel to it. Okay, what do pine needles smell like then? Describe the smell of pine? This is useless. This is actual useless. It's like other people play this game. You think? Maybe. Maybe. Possible. You know what it tastes like. You haven't seen a full plant in a long time. I don't even know what rhubarb tastes like. I might know what rhubarb tastes like. Thaddeus Cornwall. Strawberry rhubarb pie and rhubarb crisp are delicious. I'd believe that. Strawberry's good in everything. I feel like rhubarb is... Because I feel like I've had strawberry rhubarb pie and was, like, not super in favor of it. But I'm really, really picky when it comes to fruits and veggies. Like, I just don't like most of them. So I'm wondering if I thought the rhubarb was, like, a little tart or a little bitter or something. People add strawberries to pie because they're cowards and can't handle the tart of pure rhubarb. Yep, that explains why I didn't like it. That's as much information as I needed. Read somewhere about a plant that'll lead you to gold. Has drooping red flowers and frilled leaves. We were just looking at this. Literally just looking at this description. Was it eyebright? I don't think it was eyebright. Was it Gandhi root? And the leaves are poisonous? Oh, right, because rhubarb's a nightshade. Of course it is. We're just looking at this. Where the hell is... Because I was looking through everything here and I wanted to see... Where is... Weeping Bell. That's their bunny. Which one is Weeping Bell? Drooping red flowers and frilled leaves. Good job, folks. Well done. Tomatoes a nightshade too. Does that mean that like tomato leaves are poisonous? Because I eat me a lot of tomatoes and they haven't killed me yet. Let's go visit Bowfell, I guess. A dense fog obscures my way. I stumble out onto the great slab, a tilted sheet of rock that seems to slope off into the abyss below. Moss, lichen, and tufts of grass flourish in the cracks, but little else. Okay. Decay gives way to new growth, from death life. The cycle starts again, west of White Scar, by the river. Okay. Behind the woman, a dark skeletal figure began to rise, and a low primal snarl sounded across the clearing. The shepherd turned and ran, cold fear coursing through his veins. He did not run for long. Terrible news for Mr. Anonymous Shepherd. Day 15, Friday. All right, let's go to wherever this place is, shall we? West of White Scar by the river. Here? The sun-bleached skull fixes me with its black-eyed gaze. A reminder. From the chest of the skeleton, a plant grows. I feel like I have gotten many plants that grow from dead corpses. Like, this is not the first one to have done this. But it is new. What do we think this is? It has a soft aroma that reminds me of a pine forest. Oh. It's Corpse's friend. It's Devil's Nightcap. Well then, that's pretty clear. Feel like that's got that pretty much covered. If you remember correctly, tomatoes being a nightshade is why they were believed to be poisonous after being brought back to Europe during the colonial era. Was more related to the acidic tomatoes leaching lead out of the lead dishware. That's believable. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's definitely believable. Well, we found ourselves some Devil's Nightcap, so that's great. Hello, David.
I've lived in Undermere all my life, and I've never seen the people as worried as they are now. Everyone's talking about the sisterhood and the servant. Somebody needs to do something to stop that.
Won't somebody rid me of this meddlesome servant? Somebody, huh, David? I was speaking to a woman from Arnside who told me of a cave nearby that the locals stay away from. Oh, I've already done this. Apparently there's a strange plant that grows there, but the cave is believed to be haunted. Unfortunately, she was vague about where the cave was. Somewhere to the east was all she would say when I pressed her. Well, I suppose we've already done that. Good. Great. Love it. Good. Super good. Frey Swift. Why can't I remember? There was something important. I know there was, but there's only darkness now. I believe we think that this was the Sour Bandy. Heck yeah. It's coming back. It happened in a dream. The woman in the jade mask was screaming at me to get out. Instead, I went deeper. I entered the mind of the creature. It was like slipping into a dark pool, icy cold with who knows what terrors lurking beneath the surface. I felt powerful. Then suddenly something happened. She tore me out and my mind went dark. I have not been myself lately. Is this our psychic friend? This is the psychic, yeah. We gave her some potentially bad advice at the very beginning of the game. And then hadn't seen her for quite some time. She saw the woman, her face hidden behind a mask. Yep. And then we gave her something to help her sleep. But then we had the choice of giving her something calming or giving her something that enhances psychic abilities. And we gave her something that enhances psychic abilities. What's up, Rhea? How you doing? What have you done to me? You know, the usual. We've just enhanced your psychic abilities. Alright, well this isn't useful information, is it? Like, I appreciate that you need... I'm happy to help you out, Faye. Really, everything is okay, but, useful, I was not what I would call this information. We do know about Sour Bandy, though, so that's cool. Umbrella. That's not how you spell umbrella, game. You screwed it up. A powerful balm against diseases of the heart. It will not be a cure once illness is set in, but it can ease pain and prolong life. Umbrella has long, rounded leaves and a flower that smells of strawberries. Not rhubarb, though. What do I think of it? It's been fun. It's been fun. It's got a lot of the same kind of detective-y vibes as some of the other games that I've been playing recently. And, I mean, just look at it, right? Like, you can see the aesthetic of this game. Listen to this music and look at this scene. This is where most of the gameplay takes place. So, like, I definitely appreciate the vibe of the game, the aesthetic of it. And in terms of gameplay, it's a lot of kind of deduction stuff, reading descriptions and figuring out which plant is which. And that's been a lot of fun. Do I think I have this? Umbrella? Long, rounded leaves and a flower that smells of strawberries. This bad boy? Like strawberry dipped in honey. Yep, I think we found it. Sounds delicious, honestly. Alden Gregory.
My wife of 30 years is dying. That is the truth of it, painful as it is to say out loud. The doctors say there's nothing they can do, but I cannot sit by and wait for it to happen. A man at the hospice let slip about a plant-based elixir. I don't think he meant for me to hear it, but I did, and it's all I can think about. I understand the risks, but any price is worth paying if it means she doesn't have to die. Please, I'm begging you.
I'm not sure this will work out the way you want, my friend, but I have the thing you desire. And, my sympathies for the situation you find yourself in. Haverage. That's not how you spell average. It's just like the British to throw H's around like that. Pretty blue flowers line the stems of this sought-after plant. I think it's this one. Oh, maybe it's this one? I don't know. We probably have a Haverage here. Maybe the other one is more of a Khmeen. More Alchemist Simulator or more like Opus Magnum? Neither. Neither at all. It's categorization and deduction. It's not a puzzle game in the sense of assembling pieces together in order to accomplish a goal. Like, you can see the descriptions we've gotten. Most of the gameplay is like what's been going on. Somebody will come in, they'll tell you something that's going on, they'll tell you they need a plant for a specific reason, or they'll tell you they need a plant of a specific description, and you have to find that plant and give it to them. You're not, like, grinding plants together in specific ratios or anything. There is a little bit of, like, elixir-based gameplay. You have to put some plants together to make an elixir, but it's all according to recipes that you found. Like, you find a lot of clues all over the place. And mostly what you're doing is figuring out which plants correspond to those clues, as opposed to doing anything, you know, like Sokobond or anything like that. There are games like that. This is not that game. What did we just do? I clicked past it. What was the thing that he gave us? Haverage. It's said that if you give Haverage to your beloved under the light of a full moon, you will both live long and blessed lives. Dark purple flowers. Okay. An overpowering, sickly sweet scent. I think it's this one. Haverage. I think it's that one. Hopefully not making the world worse. Well, you know, you win some, you lose some. What a delightful shop you have. I'm only in town for a brief visit, but I heard I might be able to get hold of some liverstone here. What the hell is liverstone? Oh. The liverstone is a mushroom with pointed caps. Is it this one? Or is it... we think it's this one, not this other one. Yes. Thume, pronounced tomb. Oh, tomb. This flower is sometimes associated with death. Tomb is used as a fragrance in soaps and candles, so it smells really good, huh? Tomb. Tomb. Tomb, tomb, tomb. Maybe like this one? Is that the right flower kind? I think it is the right flower kind. Smells like sweet rhubarb. Sure. Tomb? Are you the tomb I've been looking for? Uh-oh, she's back! I can't control it anymore. This has all gone too far. I never meant for it to turn on my sisters. It's too strong. I'm trying to hold it back, but it wants to kill. That's all it wants. Death, death, and more death. You have to help me. Oh. Okay, so Widow's Woe. Alright, Dead Man's Fingers, first off. Typically found in dense forests. Said to strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. What does Widow's Woe do? Because we have both of these lying around. Said to induce fear. Oh! Widow's Woe is the fear bringer. It's the mind killer. Okay, so I have all 5 of the things. Well, I have names for all 5 of the things. I have one that I believe is Widow's Woe. So that's 4 of the things in my possession. 5. No, that's all of them. Veracund, Elderfinium, Widow's Woe, Swift Snare, and Devil's Nightcap. We have them all? Can I just do a ritual then? Or like... Alright, do we give her courage or do we give her more fear? Holy crap, that's actually a decision. Oh no, don't tell me what to do. But like, if you have opinions, I'm willing to entertain opinions. I guess I should figure out my opinion first, before I decide whether or not I'm willing to entertain opinions. Like, I'm wondering what the value is of making her more afraid. If she's more afraid, she'll just be worse at controlling it. Like, that's part of the problem. She says she can't control it, but maybe that's because she's not... if she's not strong enough, maybe courage will help her control it. But if we give her more fear... like, I don't feel like I know enough of her motivations, even given all the descriptions that we've got up until now, to know whether more fear would make her more likely to turn on it, or whether giving her courage would make her better at controlling it. Right? Like that could go either way. But maybe courage will just give her enough courage to accomplish the thing that she was trying to accomplish when she summoned it to begin with. Which is like, I don't even know what that is. She just wanted to be strong, I guess. Yeah, exactly, Rhea. Like, that is the other way that goes. Like, if I just give her courage, maybe she'll finally have the courage to control it and go through with whatever dark intent she started with. And I don't feel like I have enough information, even from the descriptions she's been giving me, about what her deal is. Plants that are difficult to acquire. She wanted hop heart. My mind is clouded. Elderfinium must be the answer. And now I can't control it anymore. She wanted hop heart, and then she wanted elderfinium. She wanted pain relief. So she came here for magic aspirin. And then she wanted an antidote to Dendra's miasma, which is presumably the way the servant kills people, right? It's the living Dendru or whatever. It's made out of gilded Dendra. It's made out of this poison stuff. So she came for an antidote. It sounds like she's in a position where she already knows that she's in too deep and she wants to get out, which means I think we give her the courage. I think we give her the courage to try and get out. I'm going to give her the Widow's Woe, I think. No, that's the fear causer, isn't it? I'm going to give her the other one. I'm going to give her the Dead Man's Fingers. Now that I've done it, Mr. Gecko, what did you do? You also did Dead Man's Fingers? Okay. Oh, well. Known in the North as Andrew's Bane, after the unfortunate demise of a man called Andrew Jardine. He was caught and slowly eaten alive by a large specimen of taurin. Oh. Revered in the occult world, the cross-section of the taurin stem reveals pentagonal symmetry. Is that this one? Carnivorous taurin. I don't think we found any other carnivorous plants, so maybe carnivorous taurin. Carnivorous taurin? Question mark. What do you mean by rituals? The things that people usually mean by rituals. You know, dancing in the moonlight around a cauldron in order to send curses at people, probably. Although in this case, we have a ritual to banish the servant. So not so much with the curses. And probably not so much with the dancing naked either. Can I just do this? If I just go to the place... Wait, where's the place? The Great Oak is here. So it was south of the Great Oak. If I just go here... Yep. A small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out from the center of the stone, widening into recesses at the base. 5 slots for 5 plants. This is the right place, but I'm too early. I need Verona Green's help to perform the ritual. Okay. Cool. I guess we gotta wait for Verona Green to come back.
There's been talk over the last few nights down the Royal Oak of a servant creature going around and slaughtering people. Bad business, for sure. I used to enjoy walking in the hills, but I daren't leave my house now. I've decided to bring nature to me in the meantime. The glow of a few pixie lamps would surely warm my heart. That would be this. Get glowed. Glowhorn.
Pennybell. The leaves of the pennybell are chewed by some for their hallucinogenic properties. However, it's highly addictive and can lead to sickness and death. Sickness and death. Terrible news. Do we have anything that matches these leaves? There was something that I thought was another thing, right? This thing I thought was Swift Snare, but maybe it's Pennybell? Bell-like flowers and heart-shaped leaves. Maybe this is a Pennybell instead. Terrible news if true. To the east of the castle, across the river and through the mountain pass, it grows at the edge of the wood. Sick. Following directions like a map through the wilderness. That's gonna be fun. Figuring out the castle is gonna be the fun part. She finally had the power she had craved all these years, a servant to do as she willed, but that power came at a cost. The servant was awoken, and it would not be contained. It was the Dendru, the Dread. It was death. Yeah, pretty close to the end here. Only so many more days. To the east of the castle, across the river and through the mountain pass, it grows at the edge of the wood. Alright, well, there's not so many castles, right? There's Egremont Castle. There's, Is there anything else that looks like a castle? Great big glow-in-the-dark castle up on the hill? Well, it doesn't seem like there's any other castles. Maybe just the one castle. To the east of the castle, across the river? This river? This river? And through the mountain pass, it grows at the edge of the wood. Is this the mountain pass? That doesn't seem likely. I don't see a river. Maybe there's a different castle. Like Muncaster Castle, for example. East of the castle, across the river, and through the mountain pass. Here? Is this the mountain pass? Is this the mountain pass? Here, through the mountain pass, it grows at the edge of the wood. Here? There's nothing that looks like a mountain pass specifically, right? There's just some mountains. But if you go through the mountains, this is the first space that has wood. Why did I come here? Oh, apparently that's wrong. Too bad. Well, we'll keep on trying. Verona Green is back. It's time? It is time. The servant is on the move. Oh, I guess it's time. The servant is on the move again. Time to act. Meet me at the ritual site. I hope for all our sakes that you've been able to track down all the plants we need. Okay. Oh, I can still hit the bell again? That's weird. Is there another castle? Might there be other castles in this place? There are 3. That's a tower. Oh, Gleaston Castle. There's not a mountain pass over here east of the castle, though. Caesar Castle is 4 castles. Through the mountain pass, so maybe here? There's at least 4 castles. Hey, that was it. Great. The trees sway effortlessly in the cool breeze. The low hum of crickets chirping rides the wind. A sense of calm washes over me, and I'm rewarded with a new find. Oh, these are also some heart-shaped things. It moves fast for a plant. So this might also be Swift Snare. Because it's got the right leaves, right? Oh, yeah, the leaves on this one compared to the leaves on this one, right? Like, look at the description of the way that these leaves are drawn. It definitely fits this better. Alright, I think this is the Swift Snare then. Which means this one is not the Swift Snare. It's the one that we just looked at that was talking about hallucinogenics. Pennybell? Alright, so do I just go straight to the ritual site, or do we hit that bell? Happens if I hit the bell. It's Verona again. We must act before it is too late. Gather the plants and meet me at the ritual site. Okay, I guess we're not hitting the bell anymore. That's pretty conclusive. That's pretty conclusive. Alright, to the ritual site. Which we have determined is here. A small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out from the center of the stone, widening into recesses at the base. 5 slots for 5 plants. Alright, well, we think it's Swift Snare. And we think it's Devil's Nightcap. And Widow's Woe. And Elderfinium. And Long Veracund. Well, here we go. I'm just gonna double check all of my work here. Devil's Nightcap. Corpse's Friend. And we believe that this one is the Devil's Nightcap. Compare this drawing to this thing. That's soft aroma that reminds me of a pine forest. Yep, that checks out. The Swift Snare we've just looked at. It's very fast for a plant. The Widow's Woe. Just gonna double check all of this stuff. Said to induce fear, the Fearbringer. Somewhat damp smell, called Kempfoot, partly due to its unpleasant scent. Dainty, dark flowers grow out from a bed of long leaves. Yep, that checks out. Long Veracund we know to be the Lift a Curse. Curse Lifter. Believed to lift curses. And the Black Blood's reverse is Elderfinium, because that cures Dendra's Miasma. Here we go! Heck yeah. Well done. I will take it from here. I stand back and watch as Verona walks around the shrine, muttering soft incantations. It feels like a long time passes before she looks up, but in reality, it was perhaps only 10 minutes. Nothing's happening. What do you mean, nothing's happening? Have we got the right plants? I think so. Perhaps we just need to be patient. A loud noise behind us makes us all jump. Turning round, I see something that makes my blood run cold. The woman in the jade mask is walking calmly and slowly towards us from the other side of the clearing. Behind her, standing tall and terrifying, is the black silhouette of the servant. That's what the servant looks like? Like 20 feet, 30 feet tall, the servant? Holy crap. Yeah, if I saw that, I would be running. What was that about being patient? I think we're out of time. Do not be afraid. I am here to surrender willingly. The servant cannot be allowed to... Ah! The creature lunges forward and brings a huge arm scything towards her. Her scream pierces the cold air, and she drops to her knees, clutching her head. But the blow seems to glance off to one side as it comes hurtling down, and the beast's claw ends up embedded in the dirt instead of the woman's back. I can't hold it back much longer. You need this! She throws a small red vial of liquid, which Reuben deftly catches and holds up to the light. Blood. Quickly! I know what to do! Verona grabs the vial and fumbles to get the stopper out as she turns back to the shrine. The servant has its huge arm free again and is slowly advancing with strange jerking movements. Verona pours the blood into a small cavity in the shrine, and everything seems to happen at once. A pillar of bright white light launches out of the shrine towards the servant and hits it in the chest. The huge beast shrieks and staggers backwards, drowning out the screams of the woman in the jade mask who's clutching her head and writhing in agony on the ground. There's an almighty thunderclap and a blinding flash of light, and suddenly the servant is gone. A patch of charred ground smolders where it stood just moments before. My head is spinning at what has just happened. Did it work? Have we defeated the servant? Banished! Perform the ritual. Cool. With the dust settled and the servant vanquished, I've been able to reflect on the events of the last few weeks. We were fortunate that Thea was able to stay in control of the beast for as long as she did. Who can say what would have happened if she was unable to prevent it causing the destruction it craved? It's entirely down to us giving her the right plants. We did good here. Undermere has never felt so jubilant, so full of life. All the nervous tension that had built up evaporated in an instant. The people have plowed their energies into celebration and merriment. Man, English is a hell of a language. They do not know the whole truth, of course, that Thea, the woman in the jade mask, was the one who summoned the servant. I promised Reuben that I would leave it to him to unravel that mess. She is his daughter, after all. Whoa, I had not made that connection. Like, I knew that we had information about Thea, but I hadn't realized that she was connected to Reuben in that way. Not that I know that much about Reuben, honestly. As for myself, well, I'm back in the calm of strange horticulture, of course, with Hellbore for company. It's quieter around here, but I am content, and there are always more plants to learn about and discover. Cool. Alive, attempting to reconnect with his daughter. Alive, regularly visits you for advice. You've become firm friends. Deceased, Bethany Coleman. That's sad. Poor Bethany. Faye Swift lived. Maybe wouldn't have. She has not dreamed of the servant since you performed the ritual. Ending 2, Elder Finium. Oh, there's a lot of endings, are there? Oh no. Ennis Aylford, in hiding, has not been seen since the defeat of the servant. There's rumors he's living in Rydal Cave again. Forrest Vair, wounded. Both his body and his pride have been damaged, but he yet lives. Thea Ward is in hiding. Oh. Without her mask. Ashamed of her actions that caused so much pain and death, it is unlikely she will ever fully recover from the trauma. Insane. Really? We drove Isidore Burbage insane. I feel good about that, honestly. A shadow of his former self. He stays indoors, muttering to the walls. Yeah, well, if you hadn't been an asshole. Ending 2, huh? Ending 2, huh? I feel like I should at least join the cult. Because that was an option I turned down. Maybe... maybe I'll play it again and just be murder hungry. And take the opportunity to mess up as many lives as possible. Just in time for the ending? Yeah, just in time. We repelled the servant. We performed the ritual. And we saved a lot of people's lives. And also the rich guy went insane, because screw him. But maybe this time we'll kill him. That sounds like fun too. I do actually want to start it again. I want to start it again and join the cult. Earlier. Excuse me? Oh, it auto starts me again? Earlier. Cute. All right, well, glowhorn, we know. I think let's start dumping recognized plants up here. Give myself a little bit more room to work with. For all these plants that I don't know. This we do know. This we do know. This we're fairly confident on at this point. Yep, the Veracund we know. Yeah, anything that's in the blue we know for sure. Like the Swift Snare. And there's a bunch of stuff that we have, in fact, not identified. Dead Man's Fingers we did identify, though. That is absolutely identified. Sour Bandy also identified. Yeah, the rest of this stuff unidentified. I agree. Have you heard of the Monastery of the Black Veil? I think it would interest you. I learned of it from a man from Ravenglass. If you're ever in that part of the world, you should ask him about it. He owns the Horseshoe Inn on Main Street. And now I have a list of plants identified as I go forward. That's cool. He owns the Horseshoe Inn on Main Street from Ravenglass. Let's go visit Ravenglass. Where the hell is Ravenglass? Also, where does this go? Triangle, circle, circle, X? Triangle, circle. There's got to be a lot of circles around triangles in order to go to this place. That's here, maybe? Here? Where are there circles around triangles? Here, maybe? That's not quite right. Like a triangle amidst all of these other circles. This almost fits here. But there needs to be stuff up there. Yeah, none of this fits, actually. None of this fits. Unless this isn't accurate. It almost doesn't quite fit here. Black Comb, maybe? Never did visit Black Comb, and I feel like maybe I should have. Yeah, this doesn't just... Oh, no. Here it is. Whitbarrow. Right here. Whitbarrow. Sizerg Castle. So it's... 2, 1, 1, 2, 3 here. The sun is low in the sky. I am tired after a long day. I have earned this reward. Get in there, plants. So what are these new plants? Long, thin leaves, quite rigid. Aroma is sharp and citric. Yellow flowers, very strong aroma, slightly aniseedy. Which of these are we not positive on? Like carnivorous taurin, I feel like there can't really be too many options. Evulum and Haverage, I think I know. Lesser Meriadoc and Lyle of Neptune, we are both not confident on. Fairly confident on the Pennybell now. Maybe one of these is Lyle of Neptune? Maybe this is the Lyle of Neptune? Gives off a strong scent. Yeah, that's believable. And then there was one that I remember that called out that the flower was made of a bunch of like smaller yellow flowers. Oh, I think that was the Meriadoc. This is probably not the Meriadoc, actually. Oh, maybe. Smaller yellow florets. Actually, that fits. Very strong aroma. Okay, yeah, sure. This might very well be our lesser Meriadoc. Our Fool of a Toque. Alright, now we gotta go to Ravenglass. Where's Ravenglass? What in the world is a Ravenglass? There we go. I am met by a man with a thick black beard and kind eyes who is delighted to have found a willing ear to listen to his stories. You won't find the monastery of the Black Veil marked on any map. They don't want to be found. The monastery was on the edge of a wood, I remember that much. We must have been heading west, 'cause I could feel the sun on my face. It was evening. We crossed 2 rivers. Then we followed a river for a while. I could hear it to my left as we traveled. They left me here in Ravenglass, and I've stayed ever since. As you turn to leave, he adds, Here, if you're serious about going, you'd better have this. Then we followed a river for a while. I could hear it to my left as we traveled. They left me here in Ravenglass. Elixir of the Black Veil? Can't wait. Storian Tomb and the Stench of Twilight. Okay. So, I'll go for this. I think we have these. I think we have Storian. And I think we have Tomb. And I think we have a thing. Oh, I don't know that we have this one. Maybe this one. Sick. No seed will grow that does not wither. No water will languish upon the river. No man will last forever hale. We all will wear the blackened veil. Dark. Yeah, a little edgy. A little edgy. Elixir of the Black Veil. Elixir of the Chunibyo. You won't find the Monastery of the Black Veil marked on any map. They don't want to be found. Not the Woken Dendron. I don't care about the Woken Dendron. So we ended up at Ravenglass, crossed 2 rivers, on the edge of a wood? Here, maybe? We've been heading west. Yeah. Followed the river for a while and ended up at Ravenglass. Edge of the wood here? Wow, I'm amazing. 3 figures, their faces hidden behind black coverings, come out to meet me. The figure on the left speaks first. The monks of the Black Veil know of the horticulturalist. Then the one in the center of the group adds, they will share their knowledge if they receive the payment. The payment, I see. The final member of the trio stays silent. Okay, well, here you go, have a thing. Elixir identified. Whoa, book entries! The third member of the trio accepts the elixir and together they disappear into the monastery. Sometime later they return with a stack of parchment. Exciting. That is a stack of parchment indeed. The Poliscus flower is crushed into a paste to cure coughs and sore throats. This author can attest that the supposed cure does not work. Is that this one? I think that's this one. Assuming it's all stuff I've already found. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes. So I have all of the plants in my possession. They just need to be identified. I have a bunch of possible identities. So if we go through the rest of these, it should be... These 5 should be all of the things that I just found. The moonlight flower, dark, mysterious, and beautiful, has enchanted people for centuries. It is thought to send people mad with obsessive desire, seductively luring them to their deaths like a siren's call. Do we think it's this? Dark purple flowers. That kind of matches the way the flowers look here, right? Bella Nox. Birdum is also a new one. Thick birdum leaves. All right, we're looking at this one. Make a tasty addition to soups and stews. Superstitious folk won't allow birdum into their homes, as it is believed to bring bad luck. What else did we get? Demeral's a new one. That's this one. This unremarkable flower is related to the common thistle. Its leaves are occasionally brewed into a tea that is used to calm anxiety. A bland-smelling flower. Probably Demel. I'll still give it the question mark, because I'm not sure. But, like, pretty sure. Fool's Midnight has got to be the last mushroom. Used by some as an aphrodisiac, though the potent sulfuric aroma is enough to put off most. Smells rotten. Yup. This dark mushroom has a fleshy underbelly, said to have a unique sharp taste to those brave enough to try it. Fools. You can barely see the apostrophe, but it's there. You just can't see it against the L. Fool's Midnight. Which leaves Poliscus as this one. Flowers are very delicate. The petals fall easily. I'm not super confident about this. But, like, that's all that's left. Simone! Library friend! Good to see you too, Hellbore. It's been a while. The cat does not care. You seem as relaxed as ever, though. Nothing ever phases you, does it? I must admit I've been buried in my books and seem to have missed all the excitement. I hear you and your plants had a part to play, though. I've been collating some information on a selection of plants for a little book I'm putting together. I was hoping you could help me finish identifying all these plants. Let's start with the moonlight flower, Bella Knox. I've always loved that one. Well, we have our suspicions, do we not? Noun verbed. Spring wax cap. That's a mushroom, isn't it? This one. I want to see plant identified, like in the dark, like on the Dark Souls, you know, death screen. Just plant identified. Ah, Haverage. Some romantic soul once gave me a stem of Haverage. I think I offended the poor boy when I gagged on the scent. He took it as a bad omen. Probably take that as a bad omen, too. If I gave a girl flowers and she immediately started gagging, it is said that if you give Haverage to your beloved under the light of a full moon, you'll both live long and blessed lives. An overpowering, sickly sweet scent. Plant identified. I think I'll give Fool's Midnight a miss, thanks. That would be this thing. Ooh, Demel sounds nice. I wonder if that's what Mum puts in her tea. I've often thought that she must have a secret ingredient that makes it extra soothing. Used to calm anxiety. Well, that seems like a real thing that would be helpful. Lesser Meridoc. I don't know that one. Yeah, well, there's not really a lot to make it stand out, is there? It's just one of them plants, you know? It says here that Umbrella smells of strawberries. There are so many conflicting aromas in this shop, I can't pick it out. I appreciate that they let you do this in endgame without, like, requiring you to play through the game again. This is cool. I've never even heard of Evulum. It's alright, not many people have, probably. What do we know about Evulum? The scent it produces is considered overpowering by some, but it is said to stimulate the senses and rejuvenate aching bones. Somewhat pungent. Yup. Oops. Not the bell. The cat flips out. The cat's like, Bell? Pennybell next. What do we know about Pennybell? Other than I have a thing that I think is the Pennybell. Oh, this is the hallucinogenic one. Yep. My mother often uses burnum leaves in her cooking. She's too stubborn for superstitions. Good. Your mom sounds great. Your mom sounds like quite the character. Another herbal remedy for sore throats that doesn't work. Oh well. Let's see what it looks like at least. I guess we think it's this one. Not particularly confident about it, but good enough. Good work. Let's do Lyle of Neptune now. Let's do Bishop's Parasol now. Is she out of, like, pithy things to say? Yep. Criddle. I don't know that one. Identified all the plants, heck yeah. But that seems to be all of them. You know, I think you've earned the right to call yourself an experienced horticulturist. Isn't it horticulturalist? Or is that not right? Because they've now said horticulturist multiple times. So I feel like I'm probably wrong here, but... End day. So how many more achievements are there? There's 6 more achievements I haven't gotten. One of which is murdering Burbage. Great. One is save the sisterhood. So presumably I could have done this with none of the sisterhood getting killed if I had been smart about it. And then there's 2 hidden achievements that I can see here, as well as an achievement for petting Hellbore a bunch of times. Okay, sure. All right. Presumably one of the achievements is join a cult. How quickly do I think I can get there? Because otherwise we got a lot of time left over, right? We've got like a good 2.5 hours of stream left. So I could start up another run of Strange Horticulture. I suspect it will not be particularly different.